Welcome to the 6th meeting of the Rotary Interactive Quarantine. I hope all of you have come with your minds open and ready to learn some things and learn about Interact and enjoy the presentations from your fellow club members. If everybody would please put your contact, your name and your club and where you're from in the chat, we would really appreciate that. Also, we are live streaming on Facebook. If you want to tag us in social media, please tag Interactive Quarantine and follow us on all of our social media. I'm going to turn it, I'm Sam Wally, I'm sorry. I'm the Deputy Governor of Youth Services for District 6840. We're very pleased to be able to host this platform for this. You all are such a dynamic and amazing group of young students. It's just an honor to be able to work with all of you. So I'm here to sit back and just make sure you all have the tools you need. So I'd like to turn it over to Lucilla. She is going to take over as the student leadership.
Hi everyone and welcome. As Sam said, I'm very pleased to host this meeting as Annie couldn't make it. Welcome everyone. And as you can know, or as you can see, we are going to have our second meeting with the interpretation mode. We're gonna have Spanish, Portuguese, and French. The first club to introduce is a club from Malilla de Vega from Sri Lanka with our speaker, M.Sc. Sana Yaka.
Hello guys, I am Damsara. It's Damsara. Never mind. Okay, I'll tell you guys about our club. Our club was started in the year 2015, and us in the Interact Club of Malya Deva. It's Malya Deva College have celebrated 5 years of being part of the Interact District 3220. In the present, we have about 120 club members, and we are sponsored by Rotary Club of Athugalpura. In the last year, we have done about 45 projects, and we are hoping to do more than that in this year. Moreover, we are so glad to mention that in 2018-19 year, we are awarded with Platinum Standard Club, and also our president chosen as the best president in that year, and also the best interactor was in our club. Furthermore, the best project of the year was Project Kirinochi, which was a flood donation project. And I'll tell you guys about the projects that I'm going to present you now. The project Respect was a project that was done under the avenue of community service. Mainly in this project, we gave donations to an elder's house, and in our area, we gave them day-to-day essentials and other stuff to those elders. And due to the lockdown, due to the lockdown in our country, there was no one to help those elders. So as the Interact Club of Malya Deva College, we stepped forward to do that. And also, we did not forget to spend time as well. Moreover, this project was our first project in this Rotary year. And we are happy to say that if it is a really successful project, and also we are highly appreciated by those elders and parents also. We can go for the next project. So the school rehabilitation program was a project that we done due to so that our government decided to reopen the schools after closing them for like 3 months, and lately the school was like there was no one. So we started, our school had to do some changes. So we helped our school staff rehabilitate our school according to the protective measures. As you can see in the photos, we installed a tap system covering our school premises towards the hands of students as well as teachers who are entering into the school. And also, we marked the 1 meter distance in the places where people are gathering to keep social distancing. And also, uh, there are the final results of our project. This project was highly appreciated by our principal, school staff, parents, well-wishers, as well as students. This project also was a very successful one. And talking about our last but not least, the project Green Saver, let's go for the next slide. The Green Saver project was a Green Life project, which is done under Avenue Green Life. We collaborated with the Rotary Club of Atugalpura, which is a Rotary club in our area, to carry out this project. Mainly in this project, we cleaned the forest reserve called Badagama, which is a forest reserve in our area, with the help of Rotary Club of Atugalpura. We were able to clean out an area which was full of garbage, and also we are invited our fellow Interact Club in our areas as volunteers to support this project. Also, we gave an e-certificate which was signed by President of Rotary Club of Atugalpura and Rotary Club of Atugalpura to our fellow interactors who have participated in this project. Moreover, we distributed plants among the general public by this project, and this project was also a huge success to our community. Okay, guys, if you want furthermore details and information about this project, you can contact us. Thank you.
That was a great project. Thank you so much for having presented us. Just a quick question. Any questions for our club from Sri Lanka? You can put it on the chat or just unmute yourself. Okay, our second is a club from Colombia, Interact Club Jopal, with our speaker, Mariana Bermudez. So please.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm 15 years old. I'm from Club Interact Jopal, Colombia, from South America, and I'm gonna expose my project. My project's name is Dejando Huella in Spanish, and in English we decided to leave it like leaving a mark.
Wait, I'm sorry for stop you. Sam, not more than 100 people can join to the meeting. I'm sorry. Mariana, please keep going. I'm really, really sorry.
Okay. Can you go to the next slide, please? So our club got to know this organization or nonprofit foundation thanks to a teacher that had the opportunity to go there and watch by herself in person these little animals. She decided to talk about this organization to our whole school and got to raise money almost together with the whole school. And she bought this amazing quantity of food, amount of food, and my club started thinking about this place, and we actually got to go there before. So during the pandemic, my club and I started thinking about ways to help not only us but through right now and things like that. So the idea just popped into our head, and we started thinking about how these dogs are so far from the spotlight. right now. Like they're not considered important right now during this pandemic. So we just couldn't leave these dogs alone, and we started this project. Firstly, we wanted to talk about this to our friends and family, but this didn't really make a difference. So we expand the project, and here I am. Can you please go to the next slide? So what is this organization or nonprofit foundation? These dogs, this organization initially wanted to receive dogs and keep receiving them, but they didn't really get the support from the government from anywhere else. So they stopped receiving dogs, but they just couldn't kick out or just leave these dogs by themselves. So they decided to take over these dogs, and this family, because this is a family that is taking care of these dogs, they're working, and by this work, because they're taking the money that they receive and using this money to take care of these dogs. So you can see here that some of these doggies are sick, some need treatment, some are just shy and they don't get along with the other dogs. So each dog has a necessity. So, well, can you go to the next slide, please? So these dogs are, as I said, they're using their own food. They don't get any support from any company or anywhere else. So the food that they need is, well, you can see here, I did the math, and they need about 3 tons of food, dog food, per year. So they're really eating like half of it, and so they need more. Can you go to the next slide? Can you go please to the next slide? Okay, it should also be emphasized that the land where they living is not very large. They don't have the adaptations to improve or be comfortable in this place. So as I said, they're eating just 1 pound per 1 doggy per day. So they're not really eating what it's good for their health, and they also need medicine. That's why we're trying to raise this money. We also have to keep in mind that these doggies are no longer for adoption. Most of them are older than 5 years old. Some are young, some are old, but you can see these dogs, and they're actually happy where they are. They don't really realize where they are, like the commodity they're having or the kind of health they're having right now. So these dogs, you can go there and you'll see them running around, you'll see them moving their tail from side to side, you'll see them barking and playing with the tennis balls that get to go to, like, are thrown to their land. So they're happy right there. So these dogs aren't really like going to be happy if they take them to an apartment or a house which is going to be alone and everything. So these dogs are hard to find a house that has the commodity for them. So yeah. Can you go to the next slide, please? So what do we want to achieve? We want to financially support them with food and medicine. We also want to help as much the family that is taking care of this dog too, because it's such a humble work right now. We also need to there are more than 70 puppies. They're a lot. They're living in a land, as I said, it's not very large. It's not for that many dogs. So I think by helping them and providing them with food and medicine, they're going to, the family is going to be able to fix the place, like making adaptations for these doggies, maybe getting a new place because this place is really small, and they rent because they don't own the place. There's a rent they have to pay. It's very, like, the owner is very strict at the moment of paying the rent, so maybe getting a new place. We also maybe want to help them. As I said, they have this tennis ball, so maybe getting them toys or little house for the ones that are shy and don't get along with the other dogs. And we also want this goal and project to be longer, to maybe help them for a longer time. I mean, the amount of food we want to give them, we want to give them food for over a year, so they're gonna have time to have like more things for this dog. And at the end of the presentation, at the final slide, I have like the accounts of the places where you can donate and maybe help a little these dogs. So some happy moments will be, you can see here, we're in our uniform from when we were on a school, and our teacher took us there, and we donated the food that we got to buy with the raise money. You can also see here, we also went another day by ourselves. You can see here the girl that is sitting down with the dog. She's almost the only one that takes care of the dogs, because the rest of the family is working and trying to make the money to save this place. You can see here, these dogs are lovely. They are always happy and barking, and they also like to play with the place where they make the food. Can you please go to the next slide? So these are some videos. I don't know if you can play them. So, yeah. As I said, here the accounts where you can donate. We invite you to donate, and I said this in the first text I sent, and the text that got me here. So you can make a difference even if you think you can. I mean, it doesn't matter what you give or what you can give. Something is better than nothing, and trust me that this will surely help these dogs. The little ones are really helping, in need of help, and the big ones are really sick, and this will help a lot. So you can write to these numbers or donate, and we'll surely appreciate it. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope we can meet another day.
Thank you so much, Mariana, for your project. It's amazing, and especially for me, I love dogs and I love animals, so I really love this project. Thank you so much for sharing it. And well, there is the social media and ways to contact her. Okay, so any questions for her and for her project?
I'd like to thank you for participating as well as this is a wonderful project.
Okay,
Thank you.
we're going, sorry.
No, it's okay.
We're going to move on with our next club. It's a club in Tunisia, District 9010, Interact Club Tunis Belvedere, with our speakers Mariam Hachicha, and Zainab Firdaus Bech.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing great, especially during this period of time when the virus is still out there and it's still dangerous. So I'm Mariam Hashisha. I'm 16 years old, and I'm the head of public interest community in my club, Interact Club Tunis Belvedere, from Tunisia, District 9010. I'm really honored to be with you all in this amazing meeting, because I'm going to be sharing my club's projects with you guys, and that is just amazing. So thank you for giving us this chance. And The second speaker can now introduce herself. Do you hear me? Zainab.
Zainab Besh. I'm 17 years old, and I live with my parents. I have no siblings, and my hobbies are acting. And actually, I've been taking classes for 7 years in theater, and also reading, drawing, and singing. That's it. That's
Thank
my
you,
intro.
Zainab.
Yeah.
Thank you. So here's our presentation. Actually, this image that you see right here, it represents our 10-year anniversary. And yeah, we're one of the oldest clubs in our country. So since we are teenagers and we can't really go out to do some projects in real life, especially when there's danger. So we focused more on the social media part while working and doing some projects. And we tried to spread awareness as much as we could virtually. So we can go to the next slide and to the next project. Zainab, you can represent this project now.
Okay, so first of all, to celebrate the World Water Day on March 22nd, we published some photos to appreciate the source of life, which is water, of course, by reminding people that we can't do anything without it, and that's why we should always preserve it to ourselves and the next generations. That's the pictures.
Yes, exactly. For the next project, we can go to the next slide.
Wait, I'm sorry to stop you. Please speak louder, your friend, because people can't hear her very well. So please speak a little bit louder.
Okay.
Okay.
For the next project, we prepared a video where we focused about the meaning of life, about these little things in our normal daily life that we appreciated during quarantine. And the video, unfortunately, is in our official language. But if we can show you some clips so you can understand more the meaning of the. I think that's enough. I will send our Instagram page later so you can check these videos and all of our images that we published lately. So in March 28th, we did an amazing project that I am personally so proud of, which is called the Earth Hour. It's time to switch it off. And it's basically spending 1 hour without lights, without electricity, and we also tried to convince our followers to do the same with us so that we can help our planet Earth all together. And yeah, that's it for this project. Zainab, you can represent the next project now.
Can we go to the next slide, please.
Yes.
Okay, so we also shared a lot of informations to followers learn something new and out of the ordinary on April 2nd, like how to act around autistic kids, because unfortunately there's a lot of people who actually don't know how to treat them at all, even though it's so important. So share some pictures, as you can see, to give some advice how to act around autistic people. So that's basically it. Marie.
So for the next project, it's for the World Art Day. It's on April 15th. We basically did some art to celebrate this occasion, and we tried to publish some photos of ourselves doing some art, so that everyone else can be productive too. As we know, it's a really hard time and we should try to be productive as possible. So yeah, that's what we did during this World Art Day. We can go to the next slide and Zainab can explain the project.
In this project, we did a really amazing video, which is called Planet Talk, as you can see, where we see planets talking about the pandemic, but most importantly, we see our Mother Earth suffering a lot, but she believed in us and in our power to end her pain. And there's actually the video, if we can see it.
We couldn't show you guys the video, but you can also check it in our Instagram or our Facebook page. Here are some photos of the universe talking, and then the planets talking to each other about coronavirus and about the hope in the future. Next slide, please.
I really recommend you guys to watch it. It's so important.
So for our next and last project, which was when the quarantine was basically over in our country, in Tunisia, it's a cleanup day on June 28th that happens pretty much in the entire country each month. And we took part in the Belvedere Park, and we try to make the place as much as clean as possible. So that was one of our best projects during quarantine. And yeah, thank you guys for watching our presentation. And I will make sure to send you in the chat our Instagram page and why not our Facebook page, so that you can see these projects clearly, and why not support us in what we are doing. I hope that you are safe in your homes. I hope that the coronavirus and all this crisis will be over soon for all of us and for the human race. And thank you guys.
Thank you so much, girls. Great job. Amazing projects.
Very.
Okay, Sam is going to introduce us, our next speaker.
Did anybody have questions before we jump? No? Okay. Let me tell you. So the reason for our next speaker, I don't know if you're aware, but Rotary has several areas of service, and they've recently added a new area of service, which is environmental sustainability. So our special speaker today is Dakota Stormer, and he's going to speak about collaborative climate action in Rotary. Dakota has a BS in chemical engineering from the University of Texas and a master's degree in energy policy and climate from Johns Hopkins. Excuse me. Dakota's been an environmental activist since he was 7 years old. He organized a youth movement that received a Texas Environmental Excellence Award. He served as the youngest board member of a Keep America Beautiful affiliate. He has founded 4 organizations and served on the board of over 10 community and educational associations across the United States, including Global Environmental Brigades, a Rotary International Environmental Committee, and a grassroots network of over 2,000 energy industry employees tackling the energy transition. Really excited to hear what Dakota can tell us today about the environmental sustainability service projects through Rotary and how we can participate.
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, awesome. Thanks so much for the introduction. Really excited to be here and talk a bit more about what we can do in the environmental space. So I am a member of SRAG, which is the Environment and Sustainability Rotary Action Group. As you may have heard, with the new area of focus, we were super excited because now it really strengthens Rotary's commitment to environmental action and education and the whole gamut there, which is really exciting. So I guess as a background, when I was in Interact Club back when we worked on an environmental project then as well. And our Interact Club was entirely environmental focused. That was very different at the time. And we were paving our own way when it came to environmental action. So it's really exciting to see the progress that Rotary has made to strengthen that commitment that was already started then and continued, and to keep it as one of their 7 areas of focus. So today I wanted to share a bit about some of the stuff that we are doing in SRAG, the Environment and Sustainability Rotary Action Group, and talk to you about things that we're doing in the Rotary clubs, as well as what you can do in Interact clubs, and then things that we are doing in high schools as well as a project to help with environmental and sustainability education. So aside from my role in SRAG, I'm also the Chief Executive Officer of Footprint App Inc. It is a company that was founded actually based off of some of the projects we had done in my Interact Club when I was in high school. So when I was in Interact Club, we did a work to help people understand their personal impact on the environment and then help them take steps to reduce it. We created a program that went into our school district to help with energy efficiency and with personal environmental habits such as recycling as well. And then that is now scaled into this company that I've started. And now we have around 10 to 15 people usually working with us at a time. And it's a really awesome project to be working on. So I'll share a little bit more about that. What we're doing is through Footprint, we are working with Rotary clubs to help increase their environmental engagement and interaction. More showing you what the app is, what the project is that we're doing. Essentially, what we've done is in Footprint, we have created a tool to help students as well as members of organizations and companies compete to reduce their impact and collaboratively see what their impact is on the environment. So say you have an Interact club and you want to understand what the environmental impact is of all of your members and then help them reduce it together. This is that tool to kind of build that community action together and then reduce your impact. So we've created this tool, and the purpose is for organizations like Rotary and Interact to be able to use it, to be able to band together and create a culture of people acting on the environment. So that's one of the big projects that we've done. We've also started using that in schools. So outside of the Interact Club, if you wanted to go and talk to the AP Environmental Science teachers or any other environmental science teachers that you have, you can reach out to them and see if they would like to use our curriculum. So what we've also done is we've created a pack of learning materials that can be used by teachers to teach about the environment and sustainability. That pack of materials includes lessons, it includes videos, includes other projects and assignments that students can do, whether they are in the classroom or whether they are remote, which is really, really important right now because a lot of schools are going to stay online for a few months, if not more, right? So this is a really good tool for students to use to educate and learn about the environment and also around climate change. So can you go to the next slide? So one of the big things that we do with this is a 30-day challenge. And this is where you would do this in your club or in your school. You could do a school-wide competition, whatever you think makes the most sense. What we're doing is we get everyone involved in a club or in a school to sign up in the app and choose that organization that they're a part of, whether it's your classroom, whether it's your entire school. And together, everyone that's part of that group competes in a 30-day challenge to see how much environmental impact they can make by changing their habits and by either carpooling or walking or reducing their energy consumption and changing their eating habits to more sustainable alternatives as well. So we have this 30-day challenge that you can do in your Rotary Club or in your Interact Club or in your school. And it's a really helpful way for you to make that environmental impact while also forming habits. There's a quote that says it takes 21 days to create a habit or to change a habit. And so that's why we've created this 30-day challenge to help you form more sustainable and environmentally friendly habits. And then hopefully carry that on with you for the rest of your life. So can you go to the next slide? Okay, so what does this mean for Rotary? Like I said, it has a lot to do with the things that you can do in your clubs, things that you can do in the schools, and how to help educate students and form habits in the classroom and then turn that learning into action. But the other big thing is that we have projects that they do. So students will learn about the environment, pinpoint problems in their communities, and then turn those into action, which is really, really important. Then the other thing that we do is we quantify the impact that you make. So we have metrics like a report that shows you, how much of an environmental impact you reduced, the articles that were read, so you can see how much people learned. Also challenges completed, things like that, habits that were formed. So there's a lot of really great things that this tool can do to help you really have numbers behind the impact that you make. Okay. All right, so this is just kind of another visual that shows you in the center, we have a graph that shows you the quantity of your impact. And then you have challenges that you can do throughout the week or month to reduce your impact there too. And then the rest of the slides, I'm not gonna get too far into that. We can send these out if y'all request them, or if you contact me later, I'm happy to share them too. But it just shows you how to use the app. It's kind of like a learner's guide and shows you how to start with a program. But if you scroll down to the end of the presentation, all right, that slide. Okay, and this is where I think this might make the most sense for you, especially as you are either in the virtual learning world or if you get to go back to your classrooms. Either way, there's a really huge impact that you could make with this environmental project that we're working on. So we use this in schools, in the AP programs, of course, but also in other environmental science programs. And it even works in some general science classes like biology. So we're launching the curriculum package in schools. And what we need is we need your help. So if you want to help out with some of the Rotary initiatives that are going on in the environment, what you can do is reach out to the environmental science teacher in your school, or you can start a footprint action network, which is something that you could just do as part of your Interact Club, like I did in my high school, where we made it very environmentally active. Or if you don't have an environmental club in your campus or in your school or in your community, you can create a footprint action network. And this is an opportunity where you can have a club that focuses on environmental action and uses this tool to engage the people in your club as well as in your communities to make an impact. The other part that you can do is help us by contributing to the education program. So we have a certificate program that you can do, which has to do with helping us get our program into schools, where you can help us by linking us to a local sponsor that can sponsor the school and help with the environmental education program, as well as a teacher that's interested in implementing the program into their classroom. So this is a really cool opportunity for you to get some leadership experience around how to organize a program and how to help other students learn about their impact as well, which then scales your impact even more. So we're really excited to start off this project, to work with schools, to work with Rotary clubs, and scale this outwards. We're starting off with about 10 clubs in the SRAG organization, and then hoping to scale this outwards to where in the next few years, all of the Rotary clubs will use it. We also have a proposal for a Rotary International Service event for 2022 in Houston, where we will be using the Footprint app to get people who register for the conference to track and calculate their impact, and hopefully reduce their impact at the conference as well, thus helping us get that conference to be a net zero event. So that's all I have. I just wanted to show you some of the projects that we're doing, and especially because of the announcement for the environment being Rotary's next pillar. So do you have any questions?
Dakota, I'm fascinated with this project that you have, and I'd like to talk to you about it further because I have some ideas and I have some places I think we could implement it on a broader basis.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to chat with you.
I'd like to talk about it a little bit more.
Cool. Yeah, we can schedule something and have a good connect. Sure, there's probably lots of cool stuff we could talk about as well. So
Yeah, probably so.
There is a question, in which languages the footprint is available? Only English?
Currently, it is only available in English. However, when we launch in schools come around mid to late September, it will be available in the 7 Rotary languages. So it should be English, Spanish, and I think German is included, and I'm not sure what the other ones are. Yeah, but that's all listed on the Rotary website. We made sure to ask some of the Rotarians for input on that to make sure that it was internationally usable for the Rotary organization.
How do we get the app? I've seen it on the Play Store, but you can't load. It doesn't look like I can just load it from there.
Right, yeah, so we have an old one on the Play Store. It should be updated in there to say that we have a new one coming out soon and to go to our website for the current version. So we started off with an app that was on the Play Store. Then we talked to schools and found out that a lot of students don't have phones. So it wasn't very accessible. So instead, we created an app that you can find on our website at footprintapp.org. So if you go to footprintapp.org, I can post that in the chat real fast, or if someone else can do that, that'd be helpful because it's hard for me to type and talk. But go to footprintapp.org. Yes, awesome. Thanks, Sam. And you can find the app there. Then if you want to get the one that will be accessible in your language, just contact me. Or wait on our website, because you can download the current version. Actually, if you download the current version, we will tell you when the new one's out too. So you can do that. But come around September, it will be available on the app stores as well as on our website. So then students can use it in the classroom or on their phones, whatever's easiest for them. Someone asked about Android. Yes, it will be available in Android and on the Apple Store come mid to late September.
Anybody has any more questions? Daniel or Lucilla, do you want to talk about our next meeting, give any other announcements before we close?
There is a question, how did you develop this app?
So we, there's the nitty-gritty piece, which is like the coding, right? So you have to learn different programming languages. We first started by talking to a web developer that we know that had some programming experience and helped us create the first app that was on the app stores. Then I learned how to program using this other tool that's really, really user-friendly. And if you don't know how to program, I recommend it. It's called Glide App. And then this next one that we're developing is using React Native. So that's a bunch of programming jargon. The way that we decided that this app needed to happen was because of, one, the projects that I did in Interact Club when I was in high school, realizing that a lot of people want to do something about the environment, right? And a lot of people care about climate change. However, we don't often think about the impacts that we have as an individual. A lot of the times we look and see there's a refinery that is polluting and we want to do something about that. But what's really important is for us to know what habits we have that we can change, and then how that can affect in a trickle-down approach into what companies are selling that could be more environmentally friendly, and what companies are producing. Because if we can shift the demand away from products that are bad for the environment and towards ones that are good for the environment, then we can help shift the economy towards a more sustainable future as well. So it really has to do with internalizing our impact so that we can understand how to tell the economy to shift, and how to tell other companies to shift in the right direction as well too.
All right, Lucilla, you want to talk about?
Yes.
Okay.
So thank you guys for being here in this meeting. It has been amazing. Dakota, I really love your project, as well as the other projects that the speakers have spoken about too. Our next meeting is the 1st of August, so the following Saturday now, the other one. So make sure to be there. We are gonna have amazing speakers as well. And don't forget to join and follow us in our Instagram and Facebook. Check out our website, and also we have the training meetings available still. You can contact Belen Paiva. She's the zone coordinator for, and she's also in the leadership team. So if you want to be a part of the training meetings, it's an amazing and great project to have fun with another club, and where you can chat or develop things together. It's amazing. Thank you guys for being here. If any further questions or something, this meeting is done.
Thanks to everyone. See y'all in 2 weeks.